Hi, I'm Sean Keef, a security engineer with Skybox Security, and today I'll be demonstrating the Skybox Security Suite. In this video demonstration, we will explore how Skybox can be used to bring risk awareness to the change management process so that once your network is in compliance, it stays that way. We'll start by looking at how Firewall Assurance tracks observed changes on firewalls, and then we'll take a tour of the Change Manager interface. Lastly, we'll look at change reconciliation, the idea of matching up tickets that describe approved changes with observed firewall changes. By doing this, an administrator can discover changes that are taking place outside the change management process. One of the requirements we often find in large organizations is the ability to visualize their network. Skybox provides visualization tools in both the Firewall Assurance and Network Assurance products. We can start by looking at a firewall map. So, although it may look simple, this firewall map is something that our customers really like. It gives them the ability to visualize what their firewall looks like. So at a glance, I can see the interfaces that are on my firewall, as well as the networks. Our maps are more than just pretty pictures also. On any of these objects, we can drill into them. So here I've just drilled into the access rules of a firewall. And I can also use the network interfaces to mark as zones for our access policies. So they're useful for multiple purposes outside of just visualizing the network. When we look at network assurance, instead of just looking at an individual device, we're able to look at the network as a whole. Again, this map is functional as well. I can take any of the firewalls, take a look at the access rules or routing rules or interfaces on those firewalls. Same kind of thing on the routers. Routing rules, network interfaces, and access rules if they're included there. We have the ability to show highlighting, which can point out different aspects of the network map. So I can highlight maybe where all my firewalls are, where all my routers are. I can do things like maybe highlight specific portions of the network by looking at the location parameters. I can do the same thing with zones, looking at where specific zones have been defined. And we can also use this to find out specific things about our network. We call them validation checks. So I can find things like empty networks or networks that have missing hops. This is something we find very useful when organizations are trying to find out if they really understand their network from end to end. The validation can show us where maybe a router should see another device beyond it, but we haven't imported that configuration yet. One of the big requirements is always to be able to get this pretty picture out of our GUI. We give you the ability to export this in two different formats, both as just a straight picture and also as a Visio image or a Visio file. This is something our customers really appreciate as they're able to take this data and use it in other applications as well. One of the most powerful features we have is the ability to do path analysis. So here I've chosen a specific network, and I'm going to set that as source. I'm going to come up here to another network and set that as a destination. In the lower left-hand corner, I'm choosing Access Query, and we'll note that the source and destination has already been filled in. When I click the Analyze button, our analysis engine is calculating what kind of access is available between these 2 points on my network. Up at the top, the analysis engine is displayed that there is no access between the source and destination. In my analysis results, I'm asking the system to show me accessible destinations. If I turn that around and say show me blocked destinations, I'm able to drill in and see exactly what that network path would look like. So here on the right, I have the network map with the path highlighted based on routing data. So this is how the data would move between point A and point B if it were allowed to by the firewalls. The routers have routing rules that would pass the traffic. The firewalls, on the other hand, two of them are allowing access, while the third one is denying that access. So if this was a change management situation and somebody was requesting access between point A and point B, we would know exactly which firewall needed to be changed to allow that access to happen. The network map is very accurate based on its ability to take many variables into consideration. We have the ability to model asynchronous networks, layer 2 firewalls, VPN tunnels, and of course, we bring in routing rule data as well. So we're able to understand exactly how data will move between any 2 points on the network. One of the other unique features of our map is the ability not only to look at networks from a theoretical standpoint. If you notice up at the top, I can see that this network includes 256 IP addresses. By clicking this button here, I'm asking the system to show me what actual nodes are in that network. And so this node data is provided to us by vulnerability scan data that can be imported, and assets can be derived from that vulnerability scan data. So here I can see what the actual hosts are that are in that network. If I drill into these hosts, I also can see what vulnerabilities exist on them. So this is an example of how having a product that is built completely in-house can provide some really powerful benefits by sharing data between the different modules. As you can see, our visualization technology not only provides a pretty map, but it also provides a very powerful diagnostic tool as well.